So I do have the recording on. We are going to record it, and I'll put it up later today. Now, the first thing that I want to do is let's go through the higher time frames and let's see where we're at. So over on the right-hand side, I've got an Excel spreadsheet that I created. It's got the 1440, 720, and the 180. And T stands for trend. It tells me what the trend is doing. ADX tells me anything that I need to note on the ADX. RSI tells me anything I need to notate on the RSI. Then the same thing for the 720 and the 180. Now, I've got codes here, very simplistic, because we need to be able to do this real quickly so we can scan through the markets. So OB is overbought, OS is oversold, U is up, D is down, C is congestion dot, P is a magenta peak. If I have an asterisk in there, it means it's close to the ATR or a congestion dot. Now, for a trend trade, the higher time frame has to be trending. The lower time frame price has to retrace to the ATR on divergence. For a counter trend trade, we need an ADX magenta peak on the higher time frame. Price will flip the ATR on the lower time frame. That means if it's blue, it will go to red. If it's red, it will go to blue. And then price needs to retest the ATR on diverging volume. Everybody with me so far? Because it's going to get more complicated. To me, it's not really complicated, but we got to understand the codes, okay? Counter trend is the Buddha. That is correct. So let's start off with gold. Well, we'll start off with crude. Okay, what is crude doing on the 1440? Okay, it's in a downtrend. The ADX is at 65. Now, we could actually get a magenta peak on crude today, but is it overbought? No. Okay, is the RSI, is it oversold? No. Is the RSI oversold? No. Is it close to an ATR? No. Okay, down to the 720. It's in a downtrend. Okay. So the 720 is in a downtrend, and we have a magenta peak. Is it close to an ATR? No. Is the RSI oversold? Yes, it's oversold. Okay, let's go to the 180. What is the 180 doing? Okay, it's trending up because the ATR is blue. Okay, the ADX, is it overbought or oversold? No. Is the RSI overbought or oversold? No. Is it close to a congestion dot or an ATR? No. But we do have congestion because we got congestion dots, right? So we're going to put a C in there, okay? That tells us that it is congestion dot. What looks like a heat map? Sash? No, not at all. It's actually just telling me what it does. All right, I colored it differently so that I could see. Okay, anything that's in this dark blue is 1440. Anything in the lighter blue is 720. Anything in the lightest blue is 180. Colors are our friends, okay? All right, let's go down to gold. GGT. Okay. Now, gold is in a downtrend because it has a red RSI. Also has a congestion dot there, correct? So here, I'm going to put C in asterisk, okay? Is the ADX overbought, oversold? No. Is RSI overbought, oversold? No. Okay? Let's go down to the 1440. We have congestion. So the first thing I want to do is mark it with the C. All right. Do we have anything that's close to the congestion dot or the ATR? No. Overbought ADX or RSI? No. Go down to the 180. What is the 180 doing? It's trending up. Are we near a congestion dot? No. Are we overbought? No. Everybody with me so far? Okay, let's go to the ES. All right, ES, we are trending up at a ATR. Okay, so I'm going to put T and an asterisk. Tells me it's trend and it's at the ATR. Okay, now we've already had a magenta peak. It's at the ATR, so that's not an issue. But the RSI is overbought. Now, down to the 720, we are in congestion. Are we at an ATR or at a congestion dot? We're about 10 points away from a congestion dot. It's not right on it, so I'm not going to mark it. Are we oversold or overbought on the ADX? No. On the RSI? No. What is the 180 doing? The 180 is trending down. Are we close to an ATR? No. ADX magenta peak has not fully retraced back to the ATR, so I am going to put that on here. Okay? RSI, are we oversold? No. All right, let's move to the DAX. The DAX, are we overbought, oversold? Yes, we are on the RSI. We are overbought. Okay, not near congestions or anything else, and we are trending up. All right, on the 720, what are we doing? We're trending up. Has that magenta peak fully retraced back to the ATR? No, it has not. Okay, so I'm still going to mark that magenta peak, and we are overbought on the RSI. On the 180, we are in congestion. Do we have a potential magenta peak or overbought, oversold? No, we do not. Let's go to the NASDAQ. NASDAQ, 1440. We are trending up. We have a magenta peak, and we are overbought on the RSI. On the 720, what is going on? We're at the ATR. Okay, we're retracing back, which has been completed, and we are no longer overbought because it's below 36. Okay, let's go to the 180. On the 180, what are we doing? We are trending down. Are we at an ATR? No, we are not. We do have a magenta peak that has not retraced back to the ATR. Are we oversold? No, we are not. Let's do the Dow. I do this on 17 markets, but I couldn't do it without crashing. On the 720, okay, George. All right, on the 720, let's see. I did try the black. It didn't work. Let's try yellow. Is that better? To me, I can't see that. And I don't want, yeah, that's what I thought. Let's see. I don't want white. I'll tell you what, for now we'll just make it green. Yeah, that don't make it either. Okay. Need. Alright, we'll have to do something else. Let's see, feel. Okay, let's go with the darkest blue. Is that better to guys? Okay, so everybody can see it now. All right, we're on the Dow. We're still retracing. We are trending up. Okay, we're not at an ATR, but we still are potentially have a magenta peak that's going to retrace, and we are overbought. Down to the 720-minute chart, we are trending up. No magenta peaks. It's already retraced, and we're not overbought down here. Then on the 180, we are trending down. Do we have a magenta peak? No. Do we have an RSI? No. Are we at the ATR? No. Okay? Everybody understand what I just went through? Okay. When a time frame is retracing from a magenta peak to an ATR, is that trend considered in the direction of the retracement or in the original trend? It's still an original trend. You might have a counter trend trade, but counter trend is the key word there. You're going against the trend. Well, thank you for pointing that out. Dave, well, I know it's an uptrend, so I'll just put you for up in an asterisk. And this was up, and this was up, and it was up in asterisk, and up in asterisk. It's probably because I was saying trend. All right. Any other questions there? It's not supposed to be T, it's supposed to be a C, or U, or a D for down. Any other questions there? That was my mistake. All right, now that we know what all of our higher time frames are doing, okay, what can we do? We can go to our lower time frames. Let me change the workspace. Here's our lower time frames. All right, now, I'm going to get rid of this for a moment. And I've got that on another screen so I can refer to it anytime I need it, okay? Now, I need to change something on here. We need, this is, wait a minute, I got to make sure I'm on the right chart. Okay, this is 45-minute chart. It's the trend. Ticks 2 congestion. I want on the 45-minute, let's put it at 15. Ticks to the ATR, I want it 15. And click OK. And over here, I'm going to do the same thing. Except I'm going to put it on 5 and 5. And then over on the 3-minute, well, I can actually set this higher if I wanted to, because I'm not doing alerts on this one. And on this one, I'll go back and I'll set these to 10 as well. Okay. Now what we have, and the reason I was late this morning is because I was trying to get all this set up for y'all. All right, on the chart, and I hope y'all follow me, if it changes to orange, then on the ATR, and it will change to orange whether it's above price or below price, okay? That means that you are within your specified range of reaching the ATR. In other words, I just set it to 10. So this little orange dot tells me that we are getting close enough to the ATR. Does everybody understand that? And that's where it starts monitoring for an alert. Okay? Same thing over here on the 45-minute, and then on the 3-minute, I set it to, I believe it was 5 ticks. So it started going to 5 ticks here, here, and here because those are orange. Everybody with me? Now, if you also notice that we have the market analyzer up here, okay? So anytime it's touching the congestion dot or it's within that specified range, then number 1 is going to mark it in the market analyzer. Number 2, it's going to give me an audio alert, okay? And it's going to tell me either I'm close enough to the ATR or I'm close enough to the congestion dot. Does everybody understand? Yes, no, maybe. Yeah, it's really cool. So right now you've got 3 trade potentials. You've got 2 on the 12-minute. You've got 1 on crude on the 3-minute. The ATR turns orange. You see it here. You see it here. You see it here, here, here. So if you see the plus sign orange, then that means you're within your specified range. And we actually did that for testing purposes, but I actually liked it. So now, I'm going to turn my volume up, okay? Because I want you to hear how many alerts that we get throughout this morning, okay? And if there's any questions, you can go back and watch the video that I'm doing. Now, earlier, I actually had this running on 17 markets and the 45, the 12, and the 3-minute. Can I go over what again, Christian? It's, the ATR is sort of different, Dave, because it tells me that I'm close enough to take a trade, but the orange tells me we're monitoring now for alerts. Do you understand the difference, Dave? Average true range stop. All right. Here's a great example, and I'm going to blow this up so you can actually see it a little bit better. Okay. This one tells me we're monitoring for an alert, and I set the ticks to what I want to monitor. Okay. The gray tells me that we are close enough to the ATR to take a trade. The orange tells me we are monitoring for an alert, and I can set it to anything that I want. Does that make more sense? For example, we used to use that, 5 ticks within the ATR, we could take a trade on the 3-minute, but we didn't know what the magical number was for the higher time frames. Well, on the higher time frames, let's say that we're approaching the ATR, okay? In that case, I may want to know if price is within 50 ticks of the ATR, but depending on how price is moving, it may have to get to within 20 ticks to turn the bar gray to say, hey, we can take a trade now. Let me show you an example. Price and average true range stop. Let's see. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to change, instead of 10, I'm going to put 50 in. Watch the ATRs turn orange. See? Now they're all orange. Okay? So that would give me an alert anytime that price was within 50 ticks of the ATR. That's extreme, I know, but I think it shows the point. But the bar only gets gray here. Okay? So this is where I could take a trade. I could have done it probably here on the live edge. This one I could definitely have taken a trade here. I could have taken a trade at any of these 3. Do you understand the difference, Dave? Let's see. go back here because I want to put that back to 10. So one is saying, hey, alert me that we may be approaching an ATR. The other one says, hey, you are close enough. So there is a difference there. Now, it works the same way on Forex pairs. It's just I've got to limit myself with all of this projections. It's the trend, but it's going to be an upgrade that I haven't released it yet, Dave. Okay? Sash, it works equally as well on the Forex. Okay? I just can't do that many pairs while I'm projecting my screen today. Stuart, CQG AMP doesn't do the DAX well. Who do you use for that? I use CQG. I have an account with CQG, and it's, I think, $23 a month. The free version may not be as good as the paid version. Well, you look up here, which one has close to ATR or close to congestion? Now, in TradeStation, in multi-charts, we can tell you the symbol and we can tell you the time frame because they do text to speech. NinjaTrader, as far as I know, they don't do text to speech. So I actually had to design these through another software program and then load them in the NinjaTrader sound file. So right now, as it stands, okay, on gold, we're in congestion and we're at either the ATR or the congestion dot on the 1440, okay? We are also in congestion on the 720. The 180 is going up, okay? And I mean, I'm just reading this from here, okay? So what does that tell me about gold, okay? It tells me that we will be probably going long unless something major changes. Do y'all understand that? Any questions on that?
Price at average true range stop. Price at average true range stop.
So we're at the ATR on the ES and we are at the ATR on the NASDAQ. And I know that it's got to be in a downtrend because these ticks to ATR are red here. Now it just flipped. It's trying to change it blue. Do y'all understand that? It's proprietary, Mike. Then it would help if I have my charts linked to purple. Okay, so we're within this ATR here. What would prevent us from taking this trade? We're doing it for TradeStation. Looking at these three, what's going to say, I don't want that trade. Shit. I'm probably going to get stopped out if I take it short. You're going against the 12 and the 45, are you not? Now, how hard was that, guys? I love this. Simplicity at its finest. Okay, if you look right up here, this is 12 minute, this is a 3 minute. Because I'm a trader, I will figure out a way to work around it. Okay, we're also at the ATR on the Dow. Let's go look at it. It just links the market analyzers with the chart. So if I click here or click here, either one, it's going to change. Same scenario. Do I want to take this trade? Okay. 3 minutes going down, 12 minutes going up, 45's going up. Nope, I ain't taking that trade. That's a loser. As far as I'm concerned, because I ain't touching that trade. Y'all got it? Now, we started the room late because I was still setting all this up, but it's 9 o'clock, okay? We've already identified how many markets that are actually at an ATR that was a potential trade.
Price and average true range stop.
Oh, look, we got one on the 12-minute. Yes, this is being recorded. Now, this is within my specified range, okay? Do I want to take this? No, I think it's too far from the ATR. I'm not touching it. Okay, this, Dave, is where you say, is the bar gray? The bar is not gray. You better bypass
Price and
it.
average true range stop.
Okay, back to the ES, 3 minute. We're still at the ATR here, okay? And this looks like it's going to come down, okay? But I will be going against the 12 and the 45 minute. Do y'all understand that? So I already know, I ain't messing with that trade. And I mean, within 30 minutes, we've gone through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different markets. We know what the higher time frames are. We have gone through the 6 markets. We know what all of our higher time frames are doing. I'm trying to get it where I can show it here. And we've pretty much outlined, okay, the trend trade versus the counter trend trade. And this is a great example of, okay, if we wanted to counter trend trade that, we would need a magenta peak over here. Well, we don't have it. I know I can't do it. I process this automatically, and I realize that, you know, it's not always the case. Everybody understand that? Any questions on it? It's one that I did this morning to really kind of make this sink in as to what I do, Dan. Just because, you know, I've talked to some clients, and I think they stress what doesn't need to be stressed. Okay, I don't sit and dwell on the higher time frames. Do y'all see how I did this morning? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? You know? Do y'all understand that?
Price and average true range stop.
So this is just a really quick way of going through all of the markets and noting, okay, or notating the things that are important. Like this is at an ATR, because if you look over here, the asterisk tells me it's close to the ATR, it's close to congestion dot, okay? So that tells me, okay, we're at either an ATR or a congestion dot. We're at either an ATR or congestion dot. We're at either an ATR or congestion dot. In this case, I know it's got to be the ATR because I have a U mark there. Here I've got congestion with an asterisk, so it's either the congestion dot or the ATR. I could take that a step further and mark it on my chart, okay? But this is the first step. Do y'all understand that? I have it as a demo right now on the 3 and the 12. Now, depending on your computer power, you know, I was running it on 17 markets this morning, and I had a 3, a 12, and a 45 up. And it was popping off. And remember, I've got this set where it's 2, okay? 2 ticks, okay? Yeah, because that's what I do. You know, I like looking at the higher time frames because if we're at an ATR, if we're overbought, if we're oversold, that's going to make a difference in your trading day.
True range stop.
Now we have another one, and it's actually on the 12-minute.
Average true range stop.
And again, it's within that 10 ticks on the 12-minute chart. Do y'all see that? What made the difference on crude yesterday? The 180 magenta peak and the 720 magenta peak. Okay? That's what made a difference in crude yesterday, and it went up like a banshee. Okay? That's why I look at things like that. And that was coming in before the market ever opened yesterday. Okay? That would have made a difference in my trading yesterday because I would have known you better be going long because you had magenta peaks on the 720 and the 180. They had been in downtrends, and it is really going to pop up. And it did, didn't it? 238 ticks, and that was just 3 clipper levels. All right, now on gold, okay? Right at ATR. Okay, we're going up on the 12-minute. We're down on the 45-minute. Do we have a magenta peak? No. What would prevent me from taking a long trade on gold right now since it's at the ATR? You better not do it with that magenta peak on the 12-minute, and on the 45-minute you're trending down. Hello. Don't do it. Do you have a magenta peak that says you can counter trend trade this market? No, you do not. Understand? I ain't even looking at the volume, okay? Because I know that is not my trade. I do not trade a 3-minute in isolation. Everybody understand that?
Price and average true range stop.
All right, now we got it on the ES again, and we have it on the Dow now.
Price and average true range stop.
All right, going down, we're at the ATR, still going up, still going up. I ain't touching that. It's not my entry. One on the DAX. Okay, the DAX, you're at the ATR. You're in congestion over here. You're in congestion over there. Is there anyone in this room that wants to take that trade? We're designing it now, Dave, where it will have the audio associated with it. We hadn't before. We're putting it in TradeStation and multi-charts as well. I try to keep all of the tools the same as much as possible. Sometimes I can't because, it's 3 different platforms, but if I can, I do.
Price and average true range stop.
Gail, is it true that CQG offers direct access for European customers to their European price and order servers on DAX? I don't know. I do know they offer the DAX, but I mean, if you contact their customer support, Guido, they will advise you. I don't want to advise on that because I don't know how they route their orders. I do know that CQG is extremely fast on any of their orders when you're trading through them. Now, do you see how now we're not out looking for trades, are we? We're not trying to make up trades as we go along, are we? Oh, yeah. We have just conquered one of the psychological aspects of trading. No, I have not, Stuart, in all honesty. Now, you can flip through and try to find a trade and try to force it, but I tell you right now, it's not there. You understand? It ain't there. And again, you see the market's moving down. But I want to be in it. Is it your trade?
Price and average
No.
true range stop.
It's not your trade. Oh, the NASDAQ was at the average true range. Nope, not my trade. On the DAX. You've got congestion dots and you have an ATR. That's correct. It's in congestion.
Price at congestion dot.
Okay, now we're at a congestion dot on the DAX.
Price at average true range stop.
We certainly are. Okay, so we would be going against the 12-minute, and this is going down. Do we have a magenta peak anywhere? Nope, not my trade. Do y'all understand this now? Now do you see how simple this can be? That's right. If you're wondering, why aren't you in a trade? Look, higher time frame has to be trending, lower time price retraces to the ATR and diverging volume. If we're counter trend trading, we have to have an ADX magenta peak on a higher time frame. Price has to flip the ATR on a lower time frame. Price has to retest a new ATR and diverging volume. Has any of that criteria been met across any of these markets? No. You ain't had no trade. You make up one. But if you're using a trading plan or my trading plan, you have not had one. Well, number one, the biggest thing, Mike, in all honesty, because I was missing trades. You know, if you're scrolling through 17 markets, you're going to miss some really good trades. And then you're kind of like frustrated. Okay, again, we're close to a congestion dot on the DAX. We're already on the DAX, though. And when I'm trading the Forex, I mean, you don't see my Forex right now, but I mean,
Price and average true range stop.
Forex, I got a lot of Forex symbols that I trade. And, you know, trying to scroll through all of those and find out where the markets are. What's at a ATR? Because, I mean, that's the first thing I look for. Y'all have heard me say that. Okay? Is price at an ATR? Is it at a congestion dot? Okay? And what I've had to do, we did have ticks to the ATR here. We did notify you if you were in congestion. Okay? So if I'm in congestion, I know to go watch that market. Do you understand, Mike? And I knew to watch ticks to the ATR. But this, it takes it to a whole new level, guys. A whole new level. Okay? With the video or the alerts, Ed, I presume they will be in replay because the market's just replaying what happened during that specified day. Oh, the video? Yeah, I'm recording it. And see, Mike, the other thing is, and I know I have a lot of traders that have other jobs. They may be, you know, watching the markets while they're doing whatever they do on their other job. Okay? So, you know, you could actually have this running in the background and it says, hey, you know, there's something at an ATR. Okay? So you can go over and glance at it. Again, this is where, you know, I write a lot of articles, I answer a lot of emails. You know, I do other things when I'm trading, okay? Do y'all understand that? Now, I just let this run. If I hear the alert, I go over and look at it. Would you take along on the DAX 12 at the ATR for a binary even though it's mid-level of a congestion zone on the 45-minute chart? Well, you could. I would want to go back and look at the higher time frames because of what's happening. See, you've got an ATR right up above you here, Dan. Now, I knew to look up to that because it told me right here, uptrend, but it's overbought. Uptrend, magenta peak, and it's overbought. Here we're in congestion. So I knew, hey, go over and check my higher time frames, see if anything changed. In this case, it hasn't, so no, I'm not ambitious to take that. Yeah, well, you know, most of the time you're better if you're multitasking and trading. Okay? You really and truly are. Well, thank you, Mike. Because if you're just sitting here watching the charts, what's going to happen? You force yourself into a trade that you shouldn't be in. For example, you know, on the DAX, okay, it's at an ATR, you're already looking at that volume, right? You say, oh yeah, we're getting the virgin volume, I already see it, okay? But you are going against your 45-minute and your 180-minute that are in congestion. Do y'all understand that? I know not to take that trade. I don't care what that damn trade does, I ain't taking it. We're good at seeing things that aren't there. Do y'all understand that now? All right, I'm going to go grab a cup of coffee real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll leave it up so you can see it. I'll turn my microphone off, though. Just watch the columns, price to ATR and price to congestion. They'll tell you if something's there. Hi, Mike. I had went to get a cup of coffee. Okay, Gold, you're at the ATR. This is retracing back to this ATR, okay? Is that a good trade to take at the ATR? Nope. You're going against your 12-minute. Do y'all understand that? Even if you think, well, I might get a little pop off of this, it might not retrace all the way back to the ATR, you know, you got an ATR right up above you over here. Yeah, new traders, this is what you don't want to trade. Dave, yeah, you could do that. Do y'all understand this? Do you realize how easy I just made your life? Actually, it was purely selfish reasons I did it. So it's dangerous for new traders especially.
Price at congestion dot.
It's really, really made your life a lot easier, whether you realize it or not. Oh, it's going to be awesome in any program. And I mean, sometimes I get frustrated because the market's not moving. You know, I'm just like anybody else. Okay?
Price at congestion dot.
I get frustrated and say, okay, I'll go write an article or do something. And I'll be writing the article and finish the article and I've missed an entry. Okay? That's the reason I wanted something like this. What do you mean, Dan? It's just the trend ATR. The alerts, Rick, I set alerts for when price is reaching an ATR or a congestion dot. So like right now, this is,
true range stop.
You've got close to congestion over here, it's close to the ATR over here. So if I go and click on the 3-minute, I can see it's close to the ATR. It's sitting right on that ATR right now. You're going into the 12-minute and you are going against the 45-minute with an ATR. It's 4 points away on the NASDAQ. That means that's 16 ticks. I'm not even interested in talking. Interested in taking that trade. Let the trade develop first. I say that to y'all all the time. Well, now I've given you the tools to actually make it happen. I knew Market Analyzer would not conquer me. I would conquer it. Yeah, I do. If I go over to my control panel and I go to workspaces and HTF, which is my higher time frame, there it is. And if I go back, now they're supposed to, in the new update, Keith, they're going to have it where it's tabbed, which is a really great improvement.
Congestion dot.
But notice that I'm still getting the alerts even though I'm not on that time frame. The fact that it's open, I'm still getting an alert, so I know, hey, I need to go look. Understand? You can't have them, like this is on one window and another workspace on another window in NinjaTrader. In this version, when they come out with the upgrade, my understanding is you'll be able to do that.
Range stop.
Okay, on the ES, we're back to the ATR again. It's the trend ATR. It's something that I just added, Rick. So nobody has it but me. I'm special.
Price and average true range stop.
Now, I want y'all to look at how many of these sales are going off, okay? Because that's how many trades you have to look at throughout the day. That's 1, 2, 3 so far. 4. 5. That already appeared. 6. 7, 8, yes, that's exactly right, Dave. Now, is there anybody that thinks there's absolutely no potentials to look at this morning? Because I would beg to differ. Yeah, it does look like a Christmas tree at the market opening. I know that they're supposed to have the new version of Ninja in beta in December, Keith, and then probably about 3 months after that. The higher time workspace soon. Okay, all you have to do is if you have two workspaces open, just click on File, Workspaces, and your open workspaces are listed here. So if I click on Higher Time Frame, it switches over to the higher time frame. And I have all of these linked as well. You see the little blue links here? So if I wanted to go look at gold, I could just click on one chart, go to gold, and be done with it.
Price at congestion dot.
And see, I still get my audio alert.
True range. Price at average true range stop.
Come back over here, go back to my ATR, and we're good to go. And see, on the ES right now, you've got to break this ATR, and you're going to have to break this ATR. Do y'all see that?
Price at average true range stop.
Got
Price
one.
at congestion dot. Price at average true range stop. Price at average true range stop. Price at average true range stop.
I sure am glad I didn't take that short. How many people in this room are glad they did not take that short because they talked themselves into it? What held price up today? 12 and 45.
Price at average true range stop. Price at average true range stop.
Now, is there anybody in the room that thinks there's not potential trade setups on the
Price at
U.S.
average
session?
True range stop. Price at congestion dot.
Because
Price at average true range. Price at congestion dot.
my female over here
Price at
begs
average
to
true
differ
range
with
stop.
you. I can't even get a word in edgewise with this woman.
Price at average true range stop.
Just like a woman always talking.
Price at average true range stop.
I have never used those soon, so I can't really tell you. Yeah, I got competition now. And I designed her. That's what's funny. And we have to send out that sound for NinjaTrader, so you have to install it into a specified directory. I give you instructions on how to do that. Yeah, they didn't give me that option. At first I did a heads up, heads up, heads up. But then we added the different ones like price to ATR, price to congestion. So, oh yeah, this is like my dream here, Dave. It truly is. And now, if you see it appearing and you don't hear her, it's because she already gave you that alert. We've got it set where it's just going to do it once during that duration. So this has already given you alerts that you were close to the ATR. Yeah, that spelling was correct, Kristen. I mean, this has been my dream to get it where I could tell if something was at an ATR or a congestion dot. And I just achieved my dream. Right. If you have a 12 and 45, you would only get those alerts. You know, could you have one for a 180? Yeah. Could you have one for a 720 or 1440 or a daily or a weekly? Hey, do whatever you want. It's there. All you have to do is set it up. And on top of that, I'm giving 30% off on the packages this week. Shit, it don't get no better. Well, it really depends on how many symbols you have in your list, Christian. You know, I started out with 17 symbols, and I had to get rid of some of them. But, you know, generally, like I have a specified time. I usually will look at Forex, like in the evenings. And I've told y'all, I've got a computer in my living room that's running. I've got Ninja Trader on one screen, my brokerage on the other. It's on my laptop, okay? I can set this up, watch TV in my recliner, and get up if there's something I want to look at. Oh, God. Life has gotten good. Yeah, no, I ain't supposed to say that. Yeah, in multi-charts, it would be the scanner instruments. We're still working on multi-charts in TradeStation. Okay? Your dream come true. May be a nightmare. It could be. How many times have I told you I only look at entries at the ATR congestion dot? Now you can't tell me you didn't see it. Okay? Not only do you see it, but you hear it and you can even email it. Damn, I'm good. You can have it on either one. That is exactly right, Keith. Oh, I don't need to eat it. The money I make gives me the money to eat it. But do you see how quickly we were able to say, hey, this is not my entry? Okay, if you had an entry, it would have been this one at the ATR. Okay, it would not have been this one. Because at least you knew from here to here, is there enough room there for profits? Okay, 2053 up to the ATR at 2057, it's about 4 points. If you want 4 points, yeah, it's there. And I mean, this is the thing. You can do it on lower time frames. You can do it on higher time frames. If, let's say that you're, you know, a daily, weekly, monthly trader, okay? You set this up on the daily, set it up on the weekly, set it up on the monthly. I don't care what you set it up for. It's going to work. Now, could you do this in NinjaTrader on 200 stocks? You will crash. I'm telling you that right now. You will crash. because we have the memory constraints within Ninja that won't let us do that. Okay? When they come out with a new version, probably not. But we'll probably even improve on this when they come out with a new version. If you're an annual member, okay, then you get the upgrade free. I do have to do videos. I'm still kind of in testing mode on this just to make sure everything's doing exactly what I want it to do. We also, I'm not using it this morning because we just have too much going off, okay? But, for example, if you have a trend change, I'm also doing an audio alert on that. So if you went from gray to red or blue to red, it would give you another alert and tell you trend has changed. I just haven't set that audio. I have to do the text, convert it to speech, and then import it and all this other stuff. But see, all of that will be on the annual members page. Christian, rewatch the video today because I did that earlier. Okay, 12 tells me this is a 12-minute. This tells me it is a 3-minute. You can change that. We give you the ability depending on how savvy you are on the computer. For example, I can go to columns. I can go to the first one, and I can put in here 12 minutes. Change it. I can come over here, and I can pretty much do the same thing.
Price at congestion dot.
3 minutes. And I might have just locked myself up because I was doing too much at one time. We'll wait and see. Keith, send me an email. Yes, I do. But you have to send me the email. And this is locking up because I didn't wait for this to load all the charts before I clicked over here. You're not supposed to do that in Ninja. It doesn't like it very well. Hold on a minute. Let me pause and make sure I saved that workspace. I hope I did. I got too excited. That's my fault, guys. And most of my memory right now is actually being taken up by GoToMeeting as well, so I have to work within that constraint. Hopefully y'all don't. And do this one. Let me get it back like I had it, and then I'll come back up. Now the other option that y'all have, and I have done this before, like if you're with AMP, you can actually have 2 account logins. And if you have 2 account logins, then you could actually have NinjaTrader on with the market analyzer on one computer and all your charts on the other one. I've done that too. All right, now we're back. I promise I won't do that again. Oh yeah, you got that right. Mike, I always go with Falcon Trading Computers. But one thing that you know, right now, the way it stands, NinjaTrader has a 3 gig memory link, okay? Limit, I'm sorry. And just to kind of show you, right now I'm doing 300,000 just on GoToMeeting. NinjaTrader is taking up 196,000, okay? If this ever gets to that 3 gigs, and this is in addition to anything else that runs under the 32-bit system, okay? I know it may be getting a little complicated for you, but I'm sorry. So if that number ever goes above 3 gigs, NinjaTrader will lock up. Or like if you're trying to do something and you're doing it too fast for Ninja to keep up with you, which I mean I do have that issue like I just showed you. I changed the 12-minute over here, did not let it reload before I was already doing it over here, and it caused it to lock up. But I go with Falcon because Falcon, they're used to traders. They know how to build a computer for trader. And I'm A+ certified. I can build my own freaking computer, okay? And I could probably build it better than they could. But number one, I've got to take time to do that, and I don't want to. Number one, every time I, get inside a computer, I scratch my hands all up, and I don't like that. So, Falcon, I got my Falcon for $1,500. Shit, they'll worry about that. Go with the F25, can't go wrong. Now, I did upgrade to a SSD drive, and I upgraded my memory because I run 6 monitors, and actually thinking about adding another 2 monitors. So, Robert, you can put my stuff on up to 2 computers. And after that, it's sort of like client by client, how well do I know you? Okay? The Falcon is the bomb. I love their computers. I really do. And I'm A+ certified. I can build any computer. I can set up any network you want. With multiple monitors, the minimum I would go with would be 16 megs. And, most of the trading platforms, I think multi-charts might be the only one that's true 64-bit. But most of the trading platforms are actually 32-bit. Yeah, it wouldn't be a learning experience for me, and I have built several of my computers. I mean, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4 computers that I use. I've got one in my bedroom, I've got one in my living room, I built my son one, and then I've got one in my office. So, and I am a computer geek. I know what my mom tells me. If it's technology, I'm buying it. And she's right, I do. It is what it is. But, computers have a purpose, and that's to make my life simpler. This made my life simpler. I got an i7. I mean, why not go with the latest technology? So I went ahead and went with the i7. If I'm doing technology, I'm going to do the latest and the greatest. All right, guys, I'm going to go because I want to render the video and everything. For those that are thinking about buying one of the packages, I do suggest that you buy it this week because it's 30% off. And after this week ends, it will go up because we've added a lot of alerts and programming. We've been working on this alert system for a month. But it was well worth it. Thanks, Keith. All right, everybody have a wonderful day. I'll render the video and I'll put it up on the website. When is a good time to call me? Normally around 4 o'clock in the afternoon soon, but send me an email and ask for my cell phone because that's the only thing I answer. All right, everybody have a wonderful day, and I will see you tomorrow, same time, same place.